Hello, I am Abhishek Sarangi. I am from College of Engineering and Technology, Bhubaneswar. This is the assignment for the footing design. Let us see the problem statement. There are 16 columns. The bearing capacity of the soil is 300 kilonewton per meter square and the allowable settlement is 1 centimeter. The dimensions, dead load and the live loads of the columns are listed. The materials that are being used are M40 grade concrete and HYSD 500 debars. The subgrade modulus can be calculated by using the formula safe bearing capacity of the soil by allowable settlement. We will get the value as 3 into 10 to the power 4 kilonewton per meter. The column strip width 0.25 L1 or L2 whichever is less. So by calculating we will get it as 4.5 meters. So we will be designing a mat footing of 22 meter by 22 meter dimension. In the software we will go to the file, new model. In the design code we will select IS 456 2000. In the units we will select the metric defaults, and in the design preferences we will change the clear covers at the top and the bottoms, that is 50 mm as per the IS code. Let us take the bar size as 22 mm. Now we will choose the grid only option. According to the question, the grids in the x and y direction is 19, each at a spacing of 1 meter. Now we will define the materials. So we will go to define materials, add new material. The material name is M40. The material type is concrete, and as per the material type we will give the values. Now we will add another material, that is HYSD 500 rebar. And as per the material we will give the values. Now we have defined the materials. Now we will go to define slab properties, add new property. Let us give a property name mat footing. The slab material is M40 and let us take the thickness as 500 mm. Now we will go to define column properties. There are two types of columns here, one of dimension 500 mm into 500 mm and another one of 600 mm into 600 mm. So first of all we will property name one column 500 mm into 500 mm and the second column property having the dimensions 600 mm into 600 mm. Now we will go to define soil subgrade properties. Here we will modify so property. The subgrade modulus is calculated as 3 into 10 to the 4 or 3 plus 0.4 kilonewton per meter cube. Now we will go to define load patterns. The dead and live loads are defined. Again we will go to define load cases. Both the load cases are of linear static, so okay. Now we will go to define load combinations. Here we will add the two load combinations. In the first combination the scale factor is 1.5 per both dead and live loads. In the design selection we will mark the strength ultimate. Again for combination 2 the scale factor for dead and live load is 1. In the design selection we will mark service normal, long term and initial. Now we will start drawing the slab. So draw slab areas. The property is mat footing, so we will draw it. as we are drawing the mat footing of size 22 meter by 22 meter, so we have to expand this area by 2 meter on each side. So we will select that area, then we will go to edit areas, expand shrink areas. The offset value will be 2000 mm, that is 2 meter. Now we will start drawing the columns. So draw columns. The property below will be none and the property above will be column 1. The height below will be 0 and above will be 2 meters. We can easily draw the columns. They are at a spacing of 6 meter each, except column 6, column 7, column 10 and column 11. All others are of dimensions 500 mm into 500 mm. So the property name that we have provided, column 1, is having the dimension 500 mm into 500 mm. So we will be accordingly drawing the columns. Now we will change the property above to column 2. These columns are of dimensions 600 mm into 600 mm. Column 6, 7, 10 and 11 as per the question. Now we will go to draw and draw design strips. As we have calculated the value as 4.5 meter, so for convenience we will take it as 4 meter. And as the strip layer is there, so we will be drawing the design strips on x direction. After drawing each strip, we will right click to exit. Now we will change the strip layer to B and start drawing the strips in the Y direction. After drawing each strip, we should right click in order to exit. So we have drawn the strips. Now we will select the area, footing area. Then we will go to assign, support data, soil properties. We will be assigning the soil property here. Now we will start assigning the loads to the columns. For the first column, the dead load is 1850 and the dimensions are 500 mm into 500 mm. Again we will select it. The selection should be done carefully. The live load here is 797.6 and the dimensions are same. We should always carefully select the points that is at the center of the column. The dead load for column 2 is 3013.3. Again the live load is 1437. The dimension remaining the same 500 mm into 500 mm. For column 3, the dead load is 2760.8. The dimension remaining the same 500 mm into 500 mm. And the live load is 1302.2. Again for column 4, The dead load is 1000.6 and the dimension remaining the same. The live load is 438.9 for column 5. The live load is 1534.4. The dimension remaining the same for column 5. The dead load for column 5 is 3302.7. The dimension remaining the same. Now we will for column 6, the dead load is 5414.9. Here we should carefully change the dimension to 600 mm to into 600 mm, as column 6, column 7, column 10 and column 11 are of different dimensions. The live load is 2797.8 for column 6. Now we will go to column 7. The dimension will be 600 mm into 600 mm. The dead load is 4977.2 and the dead load is 25 the live load is 2579.8. Now we will go to column 8. Here the dead load is 2752.1. Again here we should change the dimension, as column 8 is of dimension 500 mm into 500 mm. So these things should be done carefully. The live load is 1300.3 and the dimension is 500 mm into 500 mm. For column 9, the dimension is same. The live load is 1426.6 and the dead load is 3128.8. Now we will go to column 10. Again here we should change the dimension to 600 mm into 600 mm. The dead load is 5154.6. Here we should change carefully the dimension to 600 mm into 600 mm, as column 10 and column 11 are of dimensions 600 mm into 600 mm. The live load is 2644. For column number 11, the dead load is 5191.3 and the dead load is the live load is 2709.1. Here we will go to column number 12. Again here we should change the dimension to 500 mm into 500 mm. The live load is 1425.6 and the dimensions are 500 mm into 500 mm. Now for the rest of the columns the dimension will remain same, 500 mm into 500 mm. The dead load is 2969. Now for column number 13, the dead load is 1044.8 and the live load is 453.6. For the next column, the dead load is 2819.5 kilonewton and the live load is 1302.7. For column number 15, the live load is 1433.9 and the dead load is 2996.1. For the last column, column number 16, the dead load is 1764.1 and the live load is 769.8. The dimension being 500 mm into 500 mm. So we have done and assigned the properties. Now we will go to change the material, rebar material to HYSD 500. So first of all, right clicking in the footing area, we can change the value, and after that for each of the design strip we should change the value. There are 4 design strips in the y direction as well as 4 design strips in the x direction. So for each design strip we should change the rebar material to HYSD 500. We have also changed the rebar material for the footing, and as we have defined the columns and provided the rebar material, so it is not required to check for the columns here. Now we will go to run and run analysis. As the file is not saved, we can give a file name to save the footing. Once the analysis is completed, the displacement values are shown. We can also see it from the color codes, the displacement values. Now we will go to run analysis and design. Now we will go to display and show punching shear design. Here all the values are greater than 1, so we have to increase the thickness. So first of all we will unlock the model Then we will go to define slab properties and we will change the proper thickness to 1200 mm. Again we will run analysis on the footing. Now we will go to display and show punching shear design. Here all the values are less than 1, so our footing design is correct. Now we can, in the set display option, first of all we will go to 3D view, then in the display option extrude view we can see the columns here. Now we will uncheck the extrude view and come to the XY plan. Now we will go to display, show strip forces. Here the movements in the layer A or layer B directions can be seen. So if we will move the cursor, at every point we can see the movement values. Similarly for layer B we can check the movement values. Now we can also check the shear force values in the layer B direction as well as in layer A direction. We can also change the load cases and see the shear force and the movement values. Now we will go to display, show slab forces. Here we will choose the maximum movement, so apply. Here you can see the maximum movement. According to the color codes we can also verify. Now we will go to display, show slab design, check the imposed minimum reinforcing and apply. In both the directions the reinforcement values can be seen. So in both the directions we can see the values. Now we will go to display, show crack width. Here we can see the crack width, as this width are of power 10 to the power minus 3, so we can ignore these cracks, they are minor cracks. Slab bottom place as well as at the top place. We can also change the load cases to see the crack widths. Now we will go to run detailing. We have checked the 3 box, so okay. Now we will go to drawing components, then we will plus the slab views. In the rebar table, if we will zoom in, we can see the lengths, cut lengths, etc. each and every rebar material. In the rebar schedule also we can see the type, total number and the quantities. In the reinforcement profile we can see the profile of the material in the A direction as well as in the B direction. So this completes my project. Thank you.